Framing and working of the Constitution can be described as an attempt to balance the contradictions of a multicultural and multi-ethnic society, which, among other things, involves reconciling a secular state with a fundamentally religious society. Though the word secular state was introduced in the Constitution only in 1976, the secular nature of the Indian state was affirmed by the Constituent Assembly. During the framing of the Indian Constitution, a significant question arose as to whether religious and other groups should have separate and distinct political representation in electoral processes. While the Government of India Act contained provisions for communal representation in electorates, the policy of communal representation was rejected by the Minorities Subcommittee and the Advisory Committee. Finally, communal representation was done away with by Article 325 of our Constitution. The draft of the Constitution was a declaration of social intent. While rejecting political fragmentation on the basis of religion, the Assembly granted autonomy to religious minorities. The Charter of Fundamental Rights, based on the principle of non-discrimination, begins with Article 15 telling us that it applies to discrimination on the grounds of religion, race, caste, sex, or place of birth. The freedom of religion located within the Charter is expressed in 4 articles, 25 to 28. The centrality of secularism in the constitutional system was reinforced by the Supreme Court by assigning it in the decision in S.R. Bommai the value of a basic feature of the Constitution. Our Constitution contains a panoply of instruments for the protection of minorities based on an innovative combination of individual and group rights. The Constitution does not limit minority rights to the recognition and protection of their culture alone, but it also recognizes the right to establish and administer educational institutions of their choice as a corollary of their fundamental freedom. Finally, Articles 350A and B reinforce this right, but with an ambit limited to linguistic minorities, providing that it shall be the endeavor of every state and of every local authority to provide adequate facilities for instruction in the mother tongue at the primary stage. Our Constitution is a multicultural document which provides political and institutional measures for the recognition and accommodation of the country's diversity. In India, cultural and religious minorities are not considered as external elements, but as actors participating in the construction of a common plural identity and as basic elements in the constitutional system. That is why the Constitution matters, because it works even for those who don't believe in it.